Hello and welcome back to the Cafe Smash podcast. I'm your co-host Django, joined by my co-host AirPods,
Up.
and we're just gonna get straight into it. No foreplay beforehand. There's been a plague in our Discord server. One man by the name of Sublime, every day without fail, hits us up with a monkey emote in the server. I guess an attempt to revive the server, or just spread some general silliness. But it's been it's been inspirational to us, isn't that right?
A little monkey business going on in the Discord server. It's a great place to be, though. Our Discord server is absolutely awesome. But yes, there has been a little monkey spam going on, and I don't even think Sublime plays Donkey or Diddy, but it's been coming in with the monkey emotes every day without fail for about a month now. So, um, this is the monkey business episode, just dedicated to all things monkey and Smash.
We we thought we'd try and pay homage to one of our most loyal Discord server goers, even earned himself his own role.
Yeah, the only person with the monkey role in the Discord, but
Uh-huh.
um, yeah.
Just
few
saying,
things.
this is not telling everybody to go to our Discord server and spam monkey emotes. By the way, this is
Please don't.
do that. We're just doing
Yeah.
this because Sublime, I think, has earned it.
Yeah, we it's kind of an inside joke at this point with all the people in the Discord server, but yeah, please don't spam up our Discord with monkey emotes or other emotes in order to get us to make an episode. We're always free to listen to any ideas on Instagram. Just shoot us a DM there. Hit us up on Discord, anything, Twitter. Speaking of, follow us on all of our social medias, linked in the description of the podcast, I believe. And of course, leave a 5-star review on anywhere you get your podcasts from. And any other updates we need to get through? Or I know we were mentioning some potential behind the scenes stuff, but I don't know if that's ready to be announced.
I think we're gonna let that one stew for a little bit.
Oh,
Let that bad
it
boy
brew
simmer.
up. Maybe a
Let that bad boy simmer.
2021 project.
We gotta get a bit like a good, nice golden crust on the top. Make sure we don't serve that raw. Make sure it's nice and ready for the people.
Make sure it's ready for the people. I feel you. Maybe in the next few weeks we'll go over that. But why don't we just jump right into it? The OG monkey of Smash. We got Donkey Kong back from the N64 days. He's not that good. The super heavyweight archetype is just really bad in Smash, aside from the likes of Bowser, mainly just due to Bowser's insane speed.
Sheer speed, man. That guy is speedy for no reason. He's doing the Koopa racing from all the Mario games. He's going so fast.
He's been practicing his Mario Kart skills, hanging out with Sonic at the Olympics too much, and gotten very fast in Smash Ultimate. And that's why Bowser succeeds so much. But we're talking about Donkey Kong this episode, and Donkey Kong does not succeed in the places Bowser succeeds. Donkey Kong doesn't really succeed in any aspects. I'd argue he's low tier, mid tier, somewhere in that range. But it comes down to his poor frame data, his poor airspeed, his poor ground speed, and his poor recovery, all combining to just make this super fun character, in my opinion, but super unviable character in tournament. What do you think?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It is a shame that he's a bad character because he's really fun. He's a grappler, so he's gonna get up in your face and he's gonna try to go for every single kind of throw he can do to combo that immediately. But he's one of the more fun characters that's bad in this game. It seems to be a pattern here that a lot of the fun characters are quite bad. And like you said, it's because he's such a big lad. This big monkey hurtbox is going to get hit by every little minuscule move that these top tier characters can throw out and just absolutely destroy him. He's got very lackluster frame data, like you said. Not a lot of good out of shield options. His recovery is really bad.
Does he have any out of shield options aside from like
uppy out of shield? Uppy out of shield, I think, is frame something late, something bad.
Probably like frame 8.
Yeah,
Just
something pretty bad.
SDI.
But Overall, not a very good character. A lot of people have had success with him though. Like offline, we've seen people like Runes and DK Will. They have a lot of really good results with Donkey Kong for being not such a great character. Like I know that at a couple majors, Runes was starting to do really well. He kind of just farms all his locals. And then online, you have the gargantuan beast himself, Chunky Kong. Chunky Kong might be the
Been putting in
greatest
that work.
online Donkey Kong to do it. He is crushing every single tournament he goes into, and he always hits top 8 playing only Donkey Kong pretty much. He like has over 3,000 games or something like that on Donkey Kong, or like
I think it was
6,000 games.
three
Yes.
thousand matches,
No, I
not
got it
just
right
like
here.
individual games. It's best of threes or best of
Mhm.
fives. So he's putting in that work with Donkey Kong.
It's what, 5,455 matches. Can you believe that? And
Matches,
he's
not just games,
yeah,
matches.
matches. And he's consistently getting top 8 at all these like online events, like Xanadu, the box, ones that you would consider to be higher tier considering
Yeah, the
the
box
kind
is
of
pretty
era we're in
legit
now.
for online,
Oh
and
yeah,
he's
100%.
putting in work there for sure. It's kind of how he got his name off of the box. That's where I heard of him first.
Uh-huh. Cuz honestly, he was like he is not a bad player offline. Like he's definitely not one of those people that's carried by offline. He's really good. Like he just started to get into offline and then bam, online hits and he's a freaking monster, this guy. So obviously Donkey Kong does benefit from getting buffed online, but it doesn't discredit the fact that he's good because you still have players like Runes who are primarily offline players and have some pretty solid results with him. Like at Frostbite, he didn't do super hot, but then at stuff like Congo Saga, he got 50th place at like every single local he's been to, Holiday Heist, every single Battle Frontier because he goes to pretty much all of them. He's running these tournaments. Like Runes is still a very good player overall, and they differ in that Chunky Kong is a more traditional kind of pop off, go for big Donkey Kong moves, but you see someone like Runes who plays really methodically and is kind of specifically going for either a kind of monkey setup where he's going to get you and he's going to kill you early, or he's going to go for like a guaranteed confirm. But there's so many different ways to play this character. It's just he's inhibited by his lack of options compared to literally anyone else.
Yeah, when I think of offline Donkey Kongs, my mind immediately jumps to Congo, but also Runes. But Congo was kind of that OG Smash Ultimate Donkey Kong. I think he's kind of settled out of Smash for now. I don't think he's really entered a like IRL tournament since 2019. At the beginning of 2019, I think it was. No.
It was, I believe it was 2020. Yeah, it was
Oh, it was beginning of
in
2020,
February
end of
2020
2019.
because
Yeah.
he was starting to go to like just kind of locals and stuff, and yeah, he still did well. He got like
Yeah,
fourth
I
at
got the
Domino
years
Effect.
mixed up. I remember it was the end of one year, beginning of another, but yeah, he kind of laid off the Smash for now, but I think it was Don't Park on the Grass. He kind of put in work there. That was kind of his, in my opinion, biggest pop off, and biggest pop off of Donkey Kong. I think we've seen in Ultimate. Just hands down, Donkey Kong is just not very representative, very represented in Ultimate, but the players that do play Donkey Kong are very good at what they do and really not carry this character, but they kind of represent this character very well, as opposed to characters like Little Mac or Duck Hunt, who really don't get represented to as large of an extent as Donkey Kong, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, those characters I would say are substantially worse than Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is still sort of viable. And going back to what you said about Conga, like he kind of had his big debut at like the first Smash Ultimate local, which was like Orbitar, right? I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And he got first. He did really well. He beat Locus, player that's doing really good now. J Tails, Snickledorf, full stream, sponsored by Panda. He's a Rivals player. But then at Don't Park on the Grass, like the first big Smash Ultimate tournament, like 600 entrants or something. He gets third. He beats he beat Magister. He beat J Tails again. He beat Big D in loser semis, right? Like that's really good for
I think
someone
he
they
only dropped
considered as
sets to
bad.
ESAM in that
Yeah,
tourney, right?
he got double eliminated by ESAM in losers finals.
Yeah, I
which
mean
is
that's nothing to scoff at.
exactly like, and I think at the beginning of the game, people thought like, oh, Donkey Kong's the best heavy. Like he has a lot of options. He's decently fast, and then players like Leon started popping off with Bowser, and they started to realize that, hey, maybe Donkey Kong kind of sucks. So, unfortunately, uh, it's the sad truth that we've come to all acknowledge that Donkey Kong isn't a super good character, but there's still people that are trying to push him, and I know there's going to be more people like Chunky Kong that are going to see really good results with him, and I'm kind of hoping that they're going to carry off into on offline play when that returns, which I don't think is anywhere even close.
Yeah, as long as ESAM's yelling at high schoolers for going to tourneys, we're not gonna have tourneys for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys seen Twitter or all the not hate, but just memes about ESAM calling out 16-year-olds going to tournaments. Pretty funny. But I think people were, at the beginning of Ultimate, thought Donkey Kong was good based on Smash 4. He was the best heavy, in my opinion, in Smash 4. He had Ding Dong, killing at what 65
Something,
on...
dude. Rage scaling in that game
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
Especially with
30.
Rage, Donkey Kong was killing people, and he was better than Bowser. And Bowser, I mean, wasn't considered as good a heavy compared to Donkey Kong. There was a large divide between them in Smash 4, and they thought this divide carried over to Ultimate, but the mechanics of Ultimate really shifted the play from these heavy characters being viable in Smash 4 to really being not viable at all, because Ultimate's a much more fast-paced game than Smash 4. Fast-paced doesn't necessarily mean better, but it really does not favor characters like Donkey Kong or DDD or K. Rool or these super heavyweight archetype characters. But that's probably why people were thinking Donkey Kong was viable or the best heavy at the beginning of Ultimate at these tournaments, because A, we had Conga popping off, and B, it was coming off of Smash 4, so people obviously were thinking Donkey Kong still had the potential that he did in Smash 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame to see what's happened to a lot of the super heavyweight characters in this game. If you look at the roster, there's only really one good super heavyweight, and that's Bowser. And that's just because he has results from a top 30 player in Leon. And that's pretty much it. Like, he's obviously a more solid character. So in terms of recommending Donkey Kong to you, if he's fun, play him. I play a low tier casually. I mean, I'm starting to drift a lot from me Sword Fighter, because if I wanted to take the game a little more seriously, I'm probably gonna try and find a better character. Like, I'm finding success in Wolf, specifically in Palutena, and a lot of the next character we're gonna talk about, who I've been playing religiously because he's so fun. But at this point, I don't know if I recommend Donkey Kong to someone. Go play Bowser. He's much more fun, in my opinion. He's a lot more ignorant. You can kind of just get out of other people's moves just because you can.
Tough
and
guy.
there's a lot of stuff like that make him not only a better character, but in my humble opinion, professional Smash player Django.
Of course.
And make him a little more of a
Django.
fun character. CSP Django. Look out for me in your next local in 2025 in the the Andromeda Galaxy, two galaxies over, so that there's no COVID there.
Yeah. One thing I think Donkey Kong is a high tier in is the taunt department. By the way.
Yeah.
Down taunt, probably the most BM taunt in the game. Him with a funny monkey taunt going ooh. Best taunt in the game that's my favorite taunt.
I don't think we rate taunts enough in this game. Like, we talk about characters, some snooty little frame data, but I think that we got to start talking about taunts more.
If it's not Luigi or Greninja taunt, then people don't care.
What do you mean? Have you seen Wolf's down taunt? Wolf's up taunt is good. It's like
where he
howl
screams into an ear rapey mic.
It's like he's yelling at the moon, and he's real angry at the moon for his good one. It's very
sounds like he got a hairball
cool.
with that.
But
taunt.
then in the second one, the other one is like, he makes like a really odd noise, and it's honestly my favorite taunt in the game because it's just only worse. It's only worse. There's no good to come out of this taunt, and it's much more BM to use a bad taunt than it is to use a good taunt on your opponent.
Or Falco taunt, the hands off my prey into down smash, Also a great taunt. Trying to think of other great taunts in the game. Those are really the only ones I can think of, since they nerfed Mario's taunts from Smash 4 to Ultimate. Get
His
rid of
Grow
Jumbo
taunt was good,
Mario.
but I think
Cappy's
big thumbs up taunt is super BM in Mario.
cool. Oh yeah.
It's-
Oh, there's so many BM taunts, but don't even get me started on BM taunts. But
You want to talk about funny taunts? I love Diddy Kong's taunts where he jumps around, does a little clap. It's just so silly, and it's one of those like really BM taunts that it's like, yeah, I just styled on you, and I'm gonna act like an adolescent child monkey for no reason. It's really fun, and that beautifully brings me to our next character in Diddy Kong. It's because Diddy Kong, I think, is one of the most fun characters in Ultimate, period.
I
There's
second that.
so much that you can do with this character, and like people are starting to realize that he's a good character. People like Aaron had a lot of success, player 1, offline at what is it, the CEO event, CEO Dreamland, right? Being attended by the current number 2 and number 5 player in the world, Mars and Samsora, right? They went to that tournament, and there was 2 Diddy Kongs that like really tore it up. There was player 1 and there was Aaron, and this is before the whole online era. This is before the Diddy buffs, so they did really well. Like players like them have started to carry this character. Aaron, obviously becoming more of a streamer now, has had the chance to show off a lot more Diddy tech than a lot of people didn't know about. And then you have the famous Diddy Infinite, the pyramid scheme that was removed from the game, unfortunately.
He has another
due to a
infinite, but
patch. It's
involves
much
switch.
more input heavy. It's not worth it anymore.
It's not just jump up, banana, throw down, banana, land,
Exactly.
jump, banana, down. Yeah.
But I think the only reason it was removed was because Dakpo infinited Gluttony on stream and beat him at Genesis 7.
yeah,
I think
on
that
a
was it.
Nintendo- wasn't it a Nintendo hosted event?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Genesis 7?
Genesis is backed by Nintendo.
Yeah, I think that's
would
backed by Nintendo. One of the only times Nintendo's helping out the Smash community.
Yeah, I think they didn't like that one very much, and like this guy's got to go.
Yeah, he needs to go.
Dakpo is a great player. Dakpo tears it up in Orlando. Dakpo, I already mentioned Aaron and Player 1, I think are some of my favorite players to watch. Aaron specifically too, because Aaron has the sickest Minecraft Steve. Like he's a great Diddy Kong. Crazy combos, really good stuff. But he's got a nice Minecraft Steve, let me tell you. It's pretty
I have
good.
not watched a single like pro Steve player at all.
I think maybe he would be the better one out of the ones to watch, because I don't really know many good Minecraft Steves. I don't really think anyone does. But
we haven't had a real tournament with Minecraft Steve. Did we even have?
Yeah.
We had a Frostbite with Byleth at the end there.
yeah, we did.
haven't had anything with Minecraft Steve.
Dude, Aaron has done so many online tournaments, and he has good results offline too. Like the October Lords, the Orlando one. Aaron, the Diddy Kong main, he got top 8 at a really big tournament. He got 49th at Big House. He got 49th at Frostbite. Like solid results for someone who isn't like a crazy player. And even then, he is so fun to watch. And there's a part where I'm going to get into some of Diddy's moves now and stuff, because Diddy has so much. He has crazy pressure. He can always be on you. Monkey Flip is so good at getting across the stage. You have Banana, obviously, which I'll get much more into later. But Banana, really good. Monkey Flip is crazy for controlling the stage. You can even use it to edge guard if you use the command grab version. You can pretty much drag him down with it. And I've been watching like Tweak streams lately where he goes on, he puts the most simple title, he puts Diddy. And then it's him labbing out 70% combos with Banana, down air, and then up B, you hit both hitboxes up B into up B. Like, there's a lot that's yet to be discovered about this character. And like I mentioned before, Tweak is someone who really made everyone realize that when he picked up Diddy randomly after they got buffed, and then he's like, all right, I'm going to just get, like, what, third best online player in the world, like something crazy like that. Super, super high ranking. And primarily Diddy, like, even online, he's finding a lot of success with this character. And I really think it speaks to the fact of this character was super underrated up until about now. I know a lot of people don't value him too high on a tier list. Maybe if you're lucky, they'll put him in low high tier. But he still has so much sauce that I'm sure you can elaborate on too, because I remember you used to play a lot of Diddy.
Yeah,
But he's really fun.
I believe I called the Diddy update that he would get buffed in, along with Mewtwo also getting buffed in that patch. I think I called both them becoming like way better. Mewtwo obviously did not get helped out much because Mewtwo is still garbage, but Diddy, he had arguably one of the most incoherent up Bs in the game, as up Bs are meant to recover, and normally with a chargeable up B, you'd expect the longer you charge, the further you go up. Well, Diddy would fall fast enough down that the longer you charge the up B, the shorter distance you'd actually go with respect to the edge. So you're better off just up being as quick as you can and letting go, which I was calling like that's super dumb to have in the game. And I was calling, all right, I think it was like patch 4.0 or 5.0. Like, all right, Diddy's getting buffed right here, and he's not just getting his recovery buffs, he's getting everything buffed. And I started practicing a little Diddy before the update, and I called the update right, and Diddy became way better. And then I kind of phased out of Diddy just because, I don't know, I wasn't seeing the results I wanted, and it's a very intensive character to learn. It takes a lot of skill, and I like to play brain dead characters. Bowser Jr. is very highly technical, and Joker, of course.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure your back airs, Arsene, back airs, side B, back airs are real brain intensive.
Bowser Jr. is way more big brain than Joker, in my opinion, unless you're playing like at MKLeo's level, where he's actually like doing all these crazy drag downs and all that.
The difference is he's inside your head all the time. He's rented a 2-bedroom studio apartment in your head at all times through the entire match.
Leo's using both controllers in a match, right?
Yeah.
He's holding your controller even though you're playing against him.
Yeah, he's actually both.
Playing
he's
like
found a way.
He knows
got,
what
like,
you're gonna do.
The game splitter. So he's split it into both ports. He's actually playing player 1 and 2. He's double teaming you all the time.
Yeah, he's a insanely good player. Props to him.
That he did I guess you could call it like an exhibition match with Tyler One, famous streamer Tyler One, known for his clip where he is ripping his shirt, putting on the Goku beanie, big buff dude. Him and Leo, who coincidentally, Tyler is a Donkey Kong player, and Donkey Kong does not do good against Joker.
Not at all.
The whole time, Leo is landing the nastiest drag down combos, the craziest, most beautiful Joker combos you've ever seen. And Tyler is like, yo, this game sucks. This game is rigged. What is happening? I'm literally going to beat you. I'm so much better than you. Oh, you got lucky. I'm better than you. And it's so entertaining to see something like that, because obviously he's not familiar with Smash in the slightest. But it's just funny to see him rage over losing with the big funky monkey.
I believe I saw Leo actually picking up Greninja also, which is crazy for us Greninja players. If we see top player representation with Greninja, I believe there's 2 in top 50 right now. I don't remember their names off the top of my head. They're not too highly ranked, but if Leo picks up Greninja and actually plays them,
you got Leon Stroder.
Yeah,
those are the ones.
I don't follow Greninja as heavily because he's my third character. Bowser Jr. and Joker I follow much more intensely, but if Leo picks up Greninja offline, that'd be extremely interesting, because he can. Greninja's very similar to Joker in my opinion. with how his combos work, I feel like Leo would be insane with Greninja. But
Oh, I remember at the beginning, like around the time of I believe it was Smash Ultimate Summit 1. He was messing around with a little bit of Greninja, doing really well. And then online, all of a sudden he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna play a little more Greninja," and he went absolutely nuts with that character, like
yeah,
something crazy like that.
hitting crazy combos, like drag down perfectly. It's just naturally very talented at the game, which is
I mean, yeah, that's what you get when
yeah.
you give the best character, the best player in the world, one of the most untapped characters in the world. You know,
Yeah,
like you're gonna get some crazy results that I don't think anyone was really ready for.
we saw the same with Tweak and Diddy. Tweak's, I believe, the third player in the world right now on the PGR, and picks up Diddy and absolutely revolutionizes his character in the eyes of the whole community. No, everyone thought Diddy mid tier, maybe high mid tier. Tweak is bringing Diddy up to a contender of high tier, and that's gonna be scary when we see Diddy more fleshed out at these physical tournaments when they open back up. Because I believe we saw a little Tweak Diddy before, like lockdown and stuff, for a very very brief time. I think I don't remember exactly, but be very interesting to see how Diddy gets represented when offline tournaments open back up, because I think a lot of people have started to push Diddy more since they saw Tweak pick him up, and it's gonna be interesting.
I believe the only offline Diddy we've ever seen from Tweak was in the Congo Saga Kickoff, is what it was called.
Yeah, then I must have
And
been thinking wrong. I thought he was playing him at Frostbite, but I might have been mistaken.
yeah, I don't know what this event was supposed to be. It was literally just Tweak's Diddy against what is it, Leo's Mewtwo. I don't know any of the context for this bracket at all, but it's Leo playing Mewtwo, it's Tweak playing Diddy, and it's called the Congo Saga Kickoff. Like, I guess it's a separate bracket. I don't really know. I didn't follow that side of
I
it.
believe I watched that bracket a little bit when Congo Saga was going on. Like, they just kept spam uploading videos, and I was just watching them. I believe it was like you have to play a character that you like that is not in your top 10 at all, and it's like one of your worst characters, and you had to play that. And it was like all the top players playing these random characters.
That's pretty fun. I guess that's why we saw Tweak playing Diddy. And who would know that just a couple months later, he would be like the best Diddy Kong player in the world, which is something pretty crazy to think about, considering this is a character he thought wasn't even within his top 10. Now he believes is good enough to put in his logo along with Wolf and Wario. You feel me? Like
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
Rip the PK trainer though. Honestly,
That is a shame, to be honest.
he really pushed PK trainer, and he still is the best PK trainer. But
Mhm.
I really really enjoyed watching his PK trainer, and I forget, was it Frostbite where it was Leo versus Tweak, and he whipped out his PK trainer against Leo's Joker. I think I remember watching that in history class last year, and just watching the technicality between these two players was just absolutely insane. And what Tweak was doing to push PK trainer, what MK Leo was doing to push Joker, was insane.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame that he just let PK Trainer go. We've gotten really off topic here, actually. Crazy off topic. But I'll just wrap it up with this one last point here. I didn't even it just completely escaped my mind. So yeah, it's a shame that he hasn't really gotten to the point that he was at with Pokemon Trainer before, being like definitively the best Pokemon trainer, playing him at Evo. Like, he kind of just gave up, but I respect that because Tweak is a player that he relies on, like, if he likes the character. He's not going to play a character because they're top tier. You know, if it's why he's picked up and put down so many characters. If he
I think
likes
that's the same
playing
for
them,
us and a lot of
he's
people
gonna do it.
though.
I know. But then there is a lot of people in the top 10 that are like, play this character because they're good. You know, well, not in this top 10. Like, we're very fortunate that Smash Ultimate's top 10 is pretty much all different characters. Like, that's pretty cool to think about it.
Leo really likes the sword archetype, and Joker falls right into that. All the players that are playing their respective characters, I feel like fit into that mold with their previous like outings in Smash like Smash history. And yeah, I think this is a very Ultimate's a very good game in the fact that it can be so diverse with character selection. But we gotta go back on topic now and talk about Diddy's moves. I know you briefly mentioned his side B, but I think his side B is probably one of the most oppressive side Bs in the game, being either a command grab or just a brute force kick. And I personally love to spam this move whenever I'm in neutral with Diddy. Just leads to so many options, and you can do it banana throw into side B, and there's nothing they can do to punish it because banana just makes them like have the tripping animation, and it's fast enough for you to throw in a side B.
Yeah, banana is arguably, definitely not the best, but arguably up there with some of the best down Bs in the game. Because it literally spawns an option to trip your opponent at any time.
Do you
You can
think
use it
banana's
to
the best
reset
item?
stuff. The best item? Well, what would you put it up against? Like,
Item you can pull aside from like RNG dependent,
okay,
like
so
Peach's
like,
bomb. Obviously,
like,
if you can spawn a bomb in on demand, it's
okay,
different.
so like Mecha Koopa, regular turnip, banana,
else?
Rob Gyro is really, really good. Like Pac-Man's fruits, I guess.
Wario's bike.
Yeah, but
No.
I think the best of all of those would probably be Pac-Man's fruit because of how versatile it is. Like Galaga's really crazy for combos. Bell literally is like banana in that it just gives you a free kill, but there's guaranteed setups into it. But banana's consistent. Banana's good. I guess you could say like Mega Man Metal Blade too. But out of all the items you can pull, I think banana is probably the best of them. I think I'll die on that hill because Rob Gyro is good for specific Rob combos.
Also villager stump, RNG dependent, but you can pull a stump sometimes.
I guess, yeah.
You drop combos. There's nothing really you can do with that.
Yeah. I still think banana's consistent. It's really good. You pretty much get a free kill if you can do it into any smash attack at all, and Lord knows his smash attacks are really fast. He has up smash out of shield, which is super fast. His down smash isn't so hot, but forward smash has so much range. You do it, and you're moving yourself so far ahead. You're always going to be reaching to get the opponent. And he has down tilt, which is so fast. And at the ledge, you just do down tilt back air, and then they'll die super early.
The clap back air.
Exactly. Clap back air is really good. And there's a lot of characters that get snuffed out by banana. Like a lot of the slower characters, like previously mentioned Donkey Kong, who are really slow, and they're gonna be snuffed out by this. All the heavies, some fast characters, but he obviously struggles against smaller characters that can outrange him.
Pika.
But of course, Pika beats everyone. He's gonna have so many like winning matchups on just regular characters. Like I think he beats characters randomly, like Rosalina. I think he does really good against Greninja because Greninja doesn't have a lot of stuff that will stop him from doing what he wants to do. He doesn't have immediate get off me options. Greninja's combo oriented. So like other characters that have a lot of combos, they can't really land it on Diddy, and he's just going to be the one comboing them since his moves are so easy to do. Like his landing nair or rising nair, they both send up, so it's always going to lead into like an up air, or it's always going to lead into like a back air or something, or pull banana, hit him in the air, mid-air grab, and then throw it at them. Like just always crazy stuff like that. I feel like with Diddy Kong, there's always going to be an option you can have. You never feel like you're limited in a certain situation, I guess, except for range. So overall, I think Diddy Kong is a really good character. I just want to see him become like the heavy combo-oriented machine that he was in like Smash 4.
The thing I like about Diddy a lot is the fact that you can play him either as a zoner, not to the likes of, zoners that are intended 100% to be zoners, but you can play him more campy, more zony if you need to, depending on the matchup. Or you can go in there, rush down, or a combination of the two, which I personally really like in a character. And I think the Greninja matchup is a perfect example of Diddy just being able to get in with Banana and just destroy Greninja, because Greninja has no get off me options. He's just getting pounded with combos for days. And I mean, Diddy, this is just like proof that Diddy is viable against high tier characters. And I think once we see offline tournaments start to open up again, I really think Diddy will be pushed.
Yeah, I'm hoping we start to see more of the good Diddy Kong players emerge. Player 1 beat Mars at what is it, CEO Dreamland, which is really big. And then I believe Aaron got top 8. Like really, really good stuff from those players. So let's hope we can see more players like Dakpo, Aaron, and previously mentioned Player 1 just start to do well. But I think between these two characters, I think that Diddy Kong is much, much better than Donkey Kong in like every single way, because Diddy Kong's
100%.
fast, Diddy Kong has combos, Diddy Kong's really good.
Diddy Kong's a high tier, Donkey Kong's a low tier.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's the big deciding factor between whether or not you want to play these characters.
Donkey Kong got funny cargo throw though, so it's fine.
Because I don't think that Donkey Kong is necessarily viable. Like that's unfair to say, because he is. Like we've seen people, like previously mentioned, we saw Chunky Kong, we saw Ruins, people that still do well with this character, right? But if you want to pick one of these funny monkeys, I think 100% the good choice and the safe choice is Diddy Kong. There's going to be more room to grow with him.
1,000,000%.
Yeah, definitely. There's going to be more room to grow with this character. There's going to be like a lot more options to get better, not only as a player, but as a character. Like he's only going to go up from here, I believe, because I don't think there's any reason for a specific Diddy nerf or something like that.
Yeah, no, Diddy's just gonna keep finding new tech, and it's just gonna get better and better. And with more grinding of Diddy, it's just you're gonna get there's a higher limit than most of the other characters currently in the game. Like Diddy's limit isn't even close to being reached, I don't think.
Yeah.
There's already 2 infinites that have been found. One already got patched out. But I mean, if 2 infinites already got found, how much more banana shenanigans do you think could go on? Like that's what I'm thinking.
I think banana is a really stupid projectile. It's really, really good, but it's kind of sad that we only got the 2 monkey reps. You know, Donkey Kong's a big franchise, and I was really hoping we'd start to see. Well, we got K. Rool, which is a really big thing for us. I'm very happy that K. Rool got added into this, but a couple more funny monkeys would have been cool. You got a whole cast of colorful characters to choose from. You've heard the DK rap. You know the funny shenanigans that go on in between these monkeys. So why not get a couple of these bad boys in there? You know, that could be a little bit of fun, don't you think?
Yeah, I think there was definitely a missed opportunity for either Echo Fighters or just straight up DLC for Donkey Kong reps. Personally, I think the one that we were both looking forward to the most was definitely the potential implementation of Funky Kong. Really gained his popularity out of Mario Kart Wii, along with Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. That's where he's really gained popularity from. Obviously, being the best speedrunning character in Mario Kart Wii, gaining notoriety there, and then also being the kind of like, I don't know, kind of the joke of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, as it has funky mode included. But yeah. I mean, he's just like Donkey Kong with like swag, but I feel like
Donkey Kong, but he's dripped out of his mind.
Yeah, Donkey Kong with some drip, but also a little slimmer too. So I feel like he'd be a little more agile, to the likes of kind of like a midweight brawler, but or he could be an echo of Donkey if they want to take it that way. I don't think he would be a good echo per se, but it could happen. But I know we were kind of brainstorming potential ideas for Funky Kong's kit. He could obviously adopt a lot from Donkey and Diddy, along with K. Rool, for just like natural movements of kicks, punches, etc. But Funky Kong's big thing is his surfboard and his motorcycle. But I think the surfboard's his primary, like it would be his primary focus in his moveset. And like we could see something like Bowser Jr. Side B kind of represented as Funky Kong's surfboard, or I don't know, could have like a cool up B where he either uses like a tropical freeze mechanic or he like does kind of some surfboard trick. I feel like it would just be pretty cool to kind of have Funky Kong like styling on the other characters, and he could potentially have the BM that Incineroar has, where he taunts after every move. I feel like Funky Kong would fit perfectly with that idea of kind of flexing after every move.
Funky Kong really has that bravo, that pizzazz that Donkey Kong is missing. He's obviously dripped out of his mind. He's got the
drip.
he's got the crazy sunglasses. He's got jorts. Big monkey gorilla with jorts
And
is
a
the only
bandana.
thing, and a bandana. It's the only thing I want in this game. A monkey with jorts. And like you said, he can use all kinds of stuff. His forward smash could literally be like he winds up his uh freaking surfboard and smacks you over the head with that, like a powerful F smash that's slow. Like he could be Donkey Kong, but he just uses his surfboard to smack you down instead of Donkey Kong using his fists, and it becomes a disjointed hitbox or something like that. Just make better Donkey Kong, because he's like the you ever see that meme where it's like Daniel and the cooler Daniel? You got Donkey Kong and the
It's Donkey
funkier.
Kong and the cooler Donkey Kong.
That's why it's one of those things where it's like you get an Echo Fighter. It's like Richter and Simon. If you play Simon, then I'm sorry, but you're always
Richter's
gonna
just better Simon. That's all it is.
you're gonna pick the better one, right? So, I would go for Funky Kong here. Funky Kong's the
I
he's
don't
the obvious
necessarily
choice.
needs to
to
be
me.
an Echo though. I think it would be cool as a standalone character. Also, it could go either way. I would not be
Mhm.
opposed to either. But I think
Yeah,
I think they could I think Funky Kong has the potential to be his own character rather than like an Echo. It would work either way, but I'd rather have him as his own character.
I'm
And there's
okay with
tons
that.
of references they can get in with Tropical Freeze or the whole Donkey Kong Country series, which would be awesome. But
Yeah, I like Funky Kong as a character. I think he's a real funky little dude or big dude, and I think that he would be a welcome addition to an otherwise bland roster of characters. No one is rocking the drip that he has
no one's as cool as Funky Kong.
as Funky Kong. No one's even close. And I think
No one even
another.
does anyone got sunglasses in Smash? No. Funky
No,
Kong's
I
gonna
don't
have
think so.
sunglasses.
Funky Kong's gonna be the first character with patented Ray-Ban sunglasses, sponsored by Ray-Ban. That's gonna be his whole brand.
and his Gucci jorts.
His Gucci jorts, his Louis Vuitton bandana, his what is it? What's
The
another
Gucci
design?
jorts.
His Supreme wife beater. The
Yes, sir, the Supreme Wife Beater. You already know.
wife beater.
Funky Kong's the hype beast Smash character. 100%.
I think another character that people were really wishing would be in this game was Dixie Kong. Dixie Kong is kind of like an obvious uh he's pretty much like an obvious Echo Fighter for Diddy Kong. Like another big thing that they did was they removed the use of Diddy's tail in his jab. I don't know if that was from Brawl to Smash 4 or Smash 4 to Ultimate. I'll double check that. Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, no. I trust you on that. Then like a lot of people thought like, "Oh, why would they change that animation? There's no point in doing that. His jab didn't have any issues." This has to mean with 100% certainty, there's literally no other way that it could mean anything else ever. I'm definitely not reading into this. They're like, "Okay, this means Dixie Kong is going to be an Echo Fighter." Because Dixie Kong obviously doesn't have a tail. So a lot of people were thinking, "Hey, this means we're 100% getting this Echo Fighter." And obviously we haven't, or at least at the time of this recording, we haven't gotten Dixie Kong.
We're getting an Echo Pack in the future. I'm calling it.
I would love an Echo Pack. You could have so many characters. We
talked about this on
we did an episode on this
episode
bad boy.
before.
Yep. An Echo Pack would be pretty damn cool. And referring back to Dixie Kong over here, Dixie Kong is a very cool like alternative. It's one of those like I just don't like Diddy Kong. I want feminine Diddy Kong. Great, you can play Dixie Kong. That's the whole point of Echo Fighters. So I don't think you could really make her own moveset with Dixie Kong. I do kind of believe she's stuck being an Echo Fighter. But there is like differences you can have, like different colored bananas. Up B could use something other than barrels, but still be like the same kind of concept. Her banana could have different tripping properties, kind of like a different custom move from Smash 4, right? Like that's what you do, something
Neutral
different.
B could like be instead of the peanut gun, it could be something else. I don't know.
Yeah,
Could
the
be
coconut gun, which can fire in spurts, and if it shoots you, it's gonna hurt. DK Donkey Kong, you know.
Yeah.
It can be anything. There's a lot of like small stylistic changes you can change, and still have a very cool kind of Echo Fighter. So I'm thinking, put Dixie Kong in the game. There's no harm. No harm, no foul. Dixie Kong is a must for me, at least in terms of quick Echo Fighters you could put into the game.
Yeah, now like those I feel like are kind of the obvious characters that could get into Smash. These are kind of more long shots that we were talking about, but why not just go after them? I think Rillaboom, obviously we've talked about this before. Rillaboom really has potential to be an ultimate as the Galar representative. We haven't seen a new Pokemon character, or we had Incineroar actually this game, but we haven't had a Galar rep yet in Ultimate. I really don't want one, but I think Rillaboom definitely has a shot. Again, fall into that category of a like super heavyweight. Probably wouldn't be too good, but there's lots of stuff you could do with Rillaboom. With references to Sword and Shield, obviously his final smash would have to be something with his Gigantamax form. Like could take inspiration from like even DDD's Hammer's attacks using like Wood Hammer. Like he's a noise based Pokemon, so could have like Boom Burst being similar to Donkey Kong's Down B maybe. And I don't know, his recovery maybe like Banjo's recovery where he like jumps off the bongos. I don't know, or it's probably gonna end up being a tether, which would be cool in a heavy. I don't think we have a heavy with a tether, unless you're considering like Ivysaur and Tazard.
Well,
unless you're considering Ivysaur and Tazard, right?
No, I wouldn't say that. I don't think there is a heavy with a tether. We could be completely wrong off this, but
I don't.
I'm not sure.
Not a super heavyweight.
No, there are no super heavyweights with a tether.
That'd be pretty interesting. To have a heavyweight with a tether.
Heavies traditionally don't have a super great recovery, which is kind of the point. So that would be interesting to see something like that. I mean, I don't really want like another. Oh, this is just Ivysaur uppy. I'd hope they find something at least a little more creative like
maybe
that.
Maybe a laggier version, almost like a grappling hook version, where you're gonna kind of gotta like throw it out, and it's a little laggy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There's a really interesting concept from the game Rivals of Aether in the character Maypal. Maypal has like this little plant buddy that they can put down, and they can like use this plant in a lot of different ways. They can use it to recover back to stage with it. They can throw stuff at it that'll make the plant shoot it back and like pretty much use it for zoning. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do to make this character like a zoning character. You can give him like little drums to be like C4 or something like that. There's other stuff you can give him to like place down that he can refer back to. Like for example, here's a really good example. Isabelle's down B. Right? What you can do is you can have like something planted into the ground, like a sprout, and then when you do it, it'll like
bomb?
Yeah, it'll like either be a seed bomb, or it could be like a vine that shoots up into the air or something. Right? Like there's a lot of stuff you can do to make a like grounded, because I wouldn't think he'd be an aerial character. Like there's a lot of things you can do to make him like a grounded sort of zoning brawler character. Like that would be a really cool heavy that kind of like is not a traditional rushdown brawler like a lot of them are, but like a sort of zoning methodical character, which is pretty cool because I would assume he'd be a heavy. So something like that would be, I think, very inspired and well executed for something like Rillaboom.
Yeah. He's larger than Charizard in game, so I mean, I'd expect him to be a super heavyweight, as Charizard is one of the heavier characters in the game. I believe Charizard falls into the super heavyweight category.
Yeah, I believe so.
So he would definitely be heavy, and I'm thinking like a really bad like air game, not move wise, but movement wise. Like I'm talking like Steve, short hop, that bad, and then but being this like trapping heavy, which would be like an archetype we haven't seen. I feel like that'd be really cool. Will it happen? Probably not. It'll probably just be a Ooga Booga Rushdown heavy again with funny monkey drums.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I mean, I'm not opposed to Rillaboom as a Galar rep. I'd rather not have another Pokemon, honestly, unless it's like an OG Pokemon. That would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
But
bring back someone from before.
yeah, I don't really like any of the Pokemon from the new gen in Smash per se. I mean, I know like Urshifu is that new like Kung Fu Bear. I'm pretty sure.
The Kung
all
Fu Bear.
all the like DLC Pokemon, like maybe I really personally don't like any of them, but I think maybe a new Pokemon trainer esque Pokemon rep might be
man,
cool.
That's a whole thing for another day, man.
Yeah,
There's so
I
much
think that'd
we
be
can talk
cool.
about.
We've talked about that before, but I really don't care for another Pokemon in the game. If we got Rillaboom, that'd probably be the Pokemon I'm most excited from Galar. But I really don't want to see another Pokemon.
And I believe the last character on our list here, someone who is very, very far fetched. You're the one who suggested this character here. Someone
Yeah.
that I know, but had completely forgotten about for the majority of my life, just blocked out of my memory. Go ahead,
So,
tell us who that is.
Yeah, I from Super Monkey Ball.
Oh,
Hear
I was
me
talking
out.
about a different one. I
Oh,
was
we
talking
can-
about.
I know who you're thinking of, but I wanted to put this little one in there real quick, just
Alright, okay.
to plant the seed, just to say Cafe Smash podcast predicted it first.
Of course,
On the
we gotta
Monkey
cover all our
Business
bases.
episode of the Cafe Smash podcast, we predicted it here first.
We gotta cover all our
from
bases.
Super Monkey Ball. Hear me out. So in Super Monkey Ball, obviously you're controlling the stage, how it moves, and I's in a like hamster ball or like some plastic ball, right?
Mhm,
And
like
how
a toy
cool would
capsule
it
or
be
something.
to have a character that's always in a ball? You know, you're controlling a ball, but at a certain percent, he breaks out of the ball, and I is now fighting as a normal character.
Oh.
At say 60%, the ball falls off or ball breaks, and then you got I running around. Maybe not as good recovery, but better combos since you're not a ball now.
Since you're not a ball now, wow.
And I already know if I gets into the game, the stage would be absolute chaos that comes with them. Because I already know that stage
Dude.
moving around so much.
That's called motion sickness, the game. Are you kidding me? That would be awful, that stage.
Just take Woohoo Island and like move the speed up to about 3 times. I think that's what we're looking at. And like, you know, the trains and Mementos, I think that also just add that to the stage. I think that's what we would see in a Monkey Ball stage. But it would be a cool Sega rep, kind of more far-fetched one, but it'd be cool.
I have trouble coming up with a moveset for I really do. Like I'm usually a very creative person, but
There's not much
I
to go off of
moveset.
it, aside from ball and but
While he's in a ball, there's not much that he could do except be in a ball. You feel me?
I
there's
mean
not-
they've made movesets for characters before that didn't necessarily have a lot to go off of, such as like Villager or Isabel. I mean, we've seen it.
No, they have some. They at least have some source material: cutting down a tree, shovels, using tools,
I guess
having opposable thumbs. You know, that's different. I'm pretty sure the monkey
being
ball
a monkey in a
characters-
ball, it sounds lit to me. I don't know. It's just a thought to put out there, and if it happens, you heard it here first. But which one were you thinking? Because I know there's a couple other characters we were thinking about, but which one you want to end it on?
Oh, we have the most famous rep ever. We have Amigo from Samba de Amigo.
Yeah, this is who I thought you were gonna bring up. You know,
Please
this
enlighten
was
me as to why this is a good idea.
This was me researching for the episode monkey characters in video games because I couldn't think of any aside from I and the one previously mentioned. And then Amigo from Samba de Amigo comes up. I'm like, I have an idea. Another Sega rep with Dreamcast maracas. So we haven't had a Rhythm Heaven rep in the game, and this is because Sakurai's been waiting to drop us with the hard facts that our rhythm-based character in Smash will actually be Samba or Amigo from Samba de Amigo.
The more you
This
say
will
it, the
have-
worse it gets.
Yeah, this character will have a rhythm-based moveset where it is almost like, I don't know, like you're kind of pressing it to a beat. And if you're kind of hitting these moves on a beat, you get, I don't know, maybe a higher damage output. I don't know. Maybe a meter charges up. I don't know. I really didn't think this through. Also,
I would think that he would use his maracas as like batons or something, right? So he has kind of range. I think the most like not brain dead example I can come up with is like Nightwing from Injustice, right? In the more traditional fighting game. He has like multiple attacks he can do with these two separate like batons. He can use his maracas. He can like pull you in with music or use like a sound-based move to push you back, kind of like a boop, like a Lucio boop from Overwatch or something like that, you know? That could make sense, you know? There's a couple other stuff. Sakurai's creative enough, definitely more creative than the both of us. He is a game designer after all, that he could maybe possibly transition this character into it, but is there any likely chance that Amigo, the random monkey from a rhythm game that did not sell well, would be a rep in the biggest celebration of Nintendo and non-Nintendo IPs in the world?
Hear me out. While we're on this far-fetched character, motion controls.
Oh no.
I say we add motion controls to this character just to make him even more far-fetched. But if it happens, again, you heard it here first on the Cafe Smash podcast.
The number one source for DLC predictions.
I mean, we are. Have we predicted one right? Yes, we predicted Steve right. We're 1 for 3 now since new characters got announced today. Final Fantasy rep. Spoiler if you got this far.
Don't worry. Next episode. That's next. Don't worry.
That will be in an episode or two, depending on when he drops. But I think on that note, I think our monkeying around is done for the day.
We've done quite the monkey business today, I would say. Of
course, check us out on all our socials, Instagram, Twitter, all linked in the description of the podcast. Of course, leave us a 5-star review on anywhere you get your podcast. Share with a friend. Of course, check out our Discord. That's how this episode got decided. Anyways, I've been AirPods.
And I've been your co-host, Django.
Peace.